Hey y'all, you want to hear about the last couple of weeks that's been going on? Let me tell you.
What a beautiful life. All that I've got is all that I need. I got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life. We got beautiful life. I got what a beautiful life.
Alright, hey y'all, it's your girl Happy J. The last time I had talked to y'all, it was the 30th of March when I got transported from Calvert to John Hopkins Bayview. It has been quite an adventure. Today is, what's that, April 14th. I think I've been in here like three weeks. 4 weeks, something like that. 3 weeks, I want to say. But just giving y'all like the follow-up of what's been going on. So my intentions was to be here at least for 34 weeks so that the baby could have, stay inside for a little bit more longer and grow. I ended up having her 26 weeks and 3 days. So that was April 7th. We had her. They took me into emergency C-section. What happened, I had went to the bathroom to go use it, and something told me to, feel down there. I didn't know if it was the baby. I didn't know if it was the cord. But I had felt something, so I had hit the emergency button that was right beside my toilet, and nurses come flying in, and they're like, "Are you able to walk to the bed?" So that's what I did. I'm, holding myself down there because I didn't want nothing to fall out. So I'm holding myself, walk from the bathroom to the bed, which is probably like less than 10 feet. Looking at it right now, and they got me on the bed. The head nurse, she had to stick her hand up my vagina because she didn't want nothing falling out, because they had to, like, a whole bunch of nurses came in here and they had rushed me out into the operating room. Get to the operating room was a struggle. They knocking stuff over in here, we bumping in the walls. Somebody told me a nurse had fell trying to rush me. And so we get to the operating room, and excuse me. And this is a whole bunch of stuff going on. We have the anesthesiologist, the doctors and nurses. They all in there. I know I was laying on my bed, and they had transferred me to another, I guess, the operating table. It was so uncomfortable, y'all. My nerves were so bad, but I was just trying to, keep it together for the baby. I was terrified, for real. Like I said, stuff was happening so fast, and I'm just trying to keep calm for her because I didn't want her in no type of distress. And y'all, it was crazy. What I remember after they had slid me off the table, they were trying to find a vein. I'm strapped to some stuff now, but they had poked me like 3 times. And when I wake up, I see this. Let me see. I had this big old mark on my arm, and this has been here since the 7th. And like I said, today is the 14th. Bruises all on my arm. Y'all, I'd have been plucked so many times. I swear, y'all, if y'all ain't know me, y'all would have thought I was on drugs. They done tore my arms up. Alright, but anyway. So they trying to find a vein, and one of the doctors trying to put a mask on my face for oxygen. I'm like, I can't breathe because the thing was so thick. And meanwhile, they're like, y'all need to hurry. I felt somebody had stuck like 3 needles in the bottom of my stomach. I felt them cut me 2 times. And I was like, they were like, can you feel that? And I'm like, yes, y'all. I had tears just streaming down my face from the pain. I can remember it. And what else? They was trying to hook my IVs up. One nurse kept saying, if you need to hold my hand, hold my hand. And I'm trying to breathe because all of this stuff is, it's a lot. And what else? So yeah, she had cut one side. I felt it after a while because she was like, can you feel this? Can you feel this? And I'm like, no, I can't. So she tried to cut another incision, and I was like, I can feel it. Mind y'all, they didn't even give me. They were supposed to be giving me some stuff to breathe in so I can go to sleep, but because the team and was all over the place, and this was an emergency, things was just, it was all jacked up. But okay, so somebody was like, after a while we're gonna count back, and you're gonna be sleeping, and then when you wake up you'll be in a different room. So I'm just like, I'm breathing, I'm praying. I had the oxygen on my face. They finally got everything right. I blacked out. When we had got into, when I woke up, they were sending me to another room. And then I remember my boyfriend, he was coming in. And the nurse came in, and she was telling me about the baby, and she said everything was good. She was 1 pound, 13 ounces, and she was 13 inches long. And they said that they had tried to put like a breathing tube in her. They said she snatched it out, and she had been breathing on her own. So breathing for 14 days on her own. Now she's in the NICU now. They have her on CPAP, but they had whatever they were using, it was to help her breathe. They recently just took that off yesterday, so she's breathing on her own. But when I had called this morning to check on her, because I always try to check on her when I wake up, and then I'll go over there and see her later, they said that she had a couple of dips in her heart rate, but they said that was normal. Because she's a preemie, it does tend to happen a lot, but they're going to keep note of it. And if she needs to go on, I think she said respirator? Or whatever machine is going to help her continue to breathe. They're going to put her on that. They did tell me a couple of days ago that she had lost a couple of ounces, but that's what's to be expected even with regular term babies. It's just something that they do. I've been pumping like crazy. I swear, I think, because I told my boyfriend and my mom and them, like, it took me 3 days, and I pumped like 12 bottles for her. I'll try to insert it in here, but Mama was on a mission. And as far as her milk, I think they said they had started her off with 4 mLs. Then she graduated to 6. She went to 9 last night. And I think they said they're going to start her on 11 today. So they slowly creeping more milk in. And the babies, when they drink mommy's milk, they get what they need. So, y'all, I've been pumping. So, truly, I have been pumping. I didn't even do this much for my firstborn. Maybe I should have tried a little harder, but anyway, so my baby is good. I'm getting ready to go see her in a little bit. I was supposed to be out of here on Thursday, But come to find out, I kept telling the nurses that I was feeling pain on the right side of my stomach. So they, and I kept getting fevers. Oh my God. It was like, okay, my, what you call them, the tech, they come around 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock to check my vitals. The tech that I had checked it at 8 last night. Well, 8 at night, 12 in the morning, 4 p.m. come, I got fever. So, the first time I had got one, they shut everything down. I had to take that COVID-19 test to make sure I didn't have the coronavirus. Y'all, they had to stick this long thing up my nose. It wasn't as bad as a lot of people had told me, but I had to do that. They had an air filter in my room. I couldn't have no visitors. I couldn't see my baby until my fever had went away for 24 hours. And they put me on antibiotics. Next day come, the 8 o'clock, the 12 o'clock, the 4 o'clock. I was good all that time for the next day. So I'm like, man, can I go? They're like, well, we'll have to see, you did good, but we'll find out in the morning. I had to stay another day. I was having pain in my stomach. So the next round I had a different tech. 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I was good. 4 o'clock come around. The girl that took my temperature, she just looked at me and because I done got cool for a lot of people over here. They done seem, and can't nobody get my last name right for nothing. I can repeat it. I can tell them, Miss Mackle. I just said, just call me Ebony, please. And they still call me Miss Mackle, but whatever. So when she found out that I had the temperature again, she had to go to the other people in charge. They put me on more antibiotics. The reason why they said that I had the fever the first time was because of my incision. I had an infection. Second time I had my fever and couldn't see my baby because of the fever was because they said my breasts were engorged because I wasn't pumping every 3 hours like I was supposed to. So, and y'all forgive me, I'm so tired. I've been here for so long. But what was I even talking about? So I had the fever, had to be put back on more antibiotics. I was telling the nurses that I was having pain in my stomach. So, what was this, Thursday, when I was supposed to go home, because I was feeling okay, but then everything shut down. And as of what was it, yesterday? Yesterday was Monday. I think it was Sunday that they told me that they were going to switch my antibiotics. And I had to go do a CT scan to see what was going on with my stomach. Come to find out, I have a hematoma that was in it. That's where all the pain was stemming from. And then next day, which was yesterday, Monday, I had to go for my procedure. So they had to stick me with a needle, and they had to stick a tube in my stomach to drain it. They took out 2 cc's of the bacteria or whatever they said they found that was, in the area. Took it down to the lab. They told me today that I wouldn't know what the results would be until 2 to 3 days Let me see. I don't want to show y'all too much. And my stomach probably ashy. I don't know what. Oh, yeah. Hold up. Let me put some lotion on. Alright, let me see if y'all can see. So that's the tube that they had to put in. They had to stick my stomach, like I said, with the needle to numb it. And stick that tube through. And then I have like a bag that's attached to drain all the fluid out. Yo, I was supposed to go home on Thursday. But you know, like I've been saying for a while now, everything happens for a reason. So I just had to be here longer, even though I'm away from my baby, to, you know, get myself right. It's been hard the last few days because, like I said, I just knew I was going home. I just knew I was going home. And then to be just hit with a brick because they found infection, and I don't know, I cried to my boyfriend. I was, you know, tired. I was sad. And, so what was that? Fast forward maybe 2-3 days. They drained the fluid. I still talk to Kiani. You know what? I think it seemed like the longer that I have been away, she still misses me, but she don't care for conversation no more. She don't. When I talk to her, it be real quick. But I mean, that's about it. I'm on this thing. They giving me some kind of antibiotic now, you know, to flush out. And now this stuff works. The stuff that they was giving me before, the only thing I don't like about it is I think this stuff here, after a while, it gives me nausea. Because I got sick twice today. Not a good feeling. But I'm going to get ready to get up off of here. I just wanted to give y'all an update. A lot of people have been calling and texting me and hit me on Facebook and just asking how me and baby girl have been doing. We have been doing. She's been doing good. Mommy is so proud of her. I'm doing better. Hopefully I can get back to work maybe tomorrow because I feel a whole lot better than what I was feeling before. But y'all take care. Thank you for the prayers. Thank y'all for just thanking and asking about us. Just know that it's appreciated. And Lord willing, when it's my time to get up out of here, I'm hoping I can take my baby as well. So I will see y'all. Thank y'all for watching. If you made it to the end, I know my ass has been dry. My tail. I know I've been dry. But just wanted to give y'all an update.